Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm using my leftovers to make some chicken Alfredo, and I'm going to show you how to do the Alfredo sauce. You just need a few simple ingredients and this can come together in no time and your family is going to love it. First of all, I've got some cooked pasta. We like penne. And it's just easy to eat. It makes great leftovers. So that's our pasta of choice tonight. Then I've got some whipping cream. There's nothing low fat about this recipe. So just be ready for that. I've got a little bit of butter and some Parmesan cheese and my leftover chicken. So here we go. I have my pan. My pot, I've got a cast iron pot here, and I use this same pot to boil my pasta in. So I've got it on a low temperature. Setting is on low. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my butter. This is about a 1/4 cup of butter. It's just my husband and I tonight again, and we want some leftovers, so I'm making a little bit more than 2 servings. This is going to serve about 4 people. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going. Just on a nice melt. Oh, where's my pot holder? I hope y'all are doing okay today. I just got home from work a little while ago and just didn't feel like cooking a whole lot, so I looked in the refrigerator and saw that chicken and knew exactly what I was going to do. Okay, I don't want my butter to burn. I just want it to start melting. And I don't normally measure this recipe. Oh, I just can't stand it when somebody says that on a video. But today, for you, I am going to measure it. I have my measuring cups here. Here is a cup, and I'm going to start with a cup of whipping cream. And I'm adding that to my pot. I may add a little bit more on the end or at the end. We'll see then. Just a second. Okay, got my whisk here. I'm just going to gently whisk that, and I'm going to bring this up, not to a boil, but I'm going to allow it to heat through. Everything that I have, the pasta, the chicken is already cooked. So basically with the sauce, I'm just warming it up. This is what it looks like right now. I'm just letting it heat. And see that gentle boil on the side? That lets me know that it's time to add my chicken. Okay, I've got that gentle boil. I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken. Again, this is already cooked. And I'm just warming it up at this point. In my sauce, I like to add the chicken first because I want that chicken to get completely covered in the sauce. If I add my pasta first, my pasta is going to absorb most of that sauce, and so I really don't want to add more cream if I don't have to. But if I add the pasta first, then I'm sure to add more cream. So I'm going to stir this up. Let's see. Can you see that? It's looking good. And I'm just going to let that warm up for a minute. Ooh, that looks good. We're going to have a good dinner tonight. I've got some Parmesan cheese. You can shred your own. I do that on a lot of occasions, but I'm not doing that tonight. I have some shaved Parmesan. I usually use whatever I have in the fridge. If it's the shreds, then or the, I don't know, what do you call it? Shredded Parmesan. I don't think you can shred Parmesan. Anyway, I've got shaved Parmesan. And I'm using that because that's what I have in my refrigerator. I usually always have this. This turns everything into delicious. Okay, my chicken's heating up. I just want to make sure that that chicken is heated all the way through. So I'm going to give that just another minute. And what I'm going to do next is add my pasta. You can use whatever pasta you want. If you want fettuccine Alfredo, then by all means do it. I have eliminated a lot of the work here by making the penne pasta instead of the fettuccine, because almost every time I serve fettuccine, somebody's going to cut it up or they're going to pull it up to their face and do the slurp. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do penne, and so I've done the work for you. Okay, this is starting to bubble up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add my pasta. I've drained it. Make sure that you salt your pasta water. That is so important with any recipe that you're using pasta in. Okay. If I salt my water really well, then I don't have to add salt at the end. This is just, it's salty enough. The pasta is going to give it what it needs. All right, let me show you here. You see that? It's looking good. Sorry this is making so much noise. That's nice and coated. And you know what? I used a cup of whipping cream, and I cooked about 2 cups of uncooked pasta. So I don't know, that maybe equals to about 4 cups of cooked pasta here. And I think I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of more whipping cream. So there we go. Because that pasta is going to absorb most of that cream. Okay. This looks good. Okay, that's heating up. Now, here's an important part. I don't add my Parmesan cheese until everything is cooked through, because this is going to be the glue that brings it all together. The sauce at this point, the butter and the whipping cream, doesn't stick to your pasta. So this is going to make everything stick. Oh, let me get another measuring cup. Again, I don't measure, I just throw in spoonfuls, but for your sake, I'm going to go ahead and measure a little bit of this out. This is, what is this? A 1/3 cup. I'm going to do 2/3. I'm going to start with that, and then I'll finish my dish off with a little cheese once I've served it up. Okay, that's in there. And get this and stir this up. Oh, it's looking so good. This is going to thicken up in no time. Oh yeah. There's still a little bit of sauce at the bottom, but that's going to thicken up. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you've got any leftover broccoli, which I do in the fridge, I'll add it to mine. My husband's not a big lover of broccoli, but if you've got any mushrooms, red peppers, a little bacon, oh my gosh, some cooked bacon, and this is absolutely dynamite. Diced tomatoes, I'm just giving you some ideas here. And if you like garlic in your sauce, we personally don't. I love garlic with every fiber of my being, but it doesn't always love me. So at almost 57 years old, I've had to cut down on a lot of the garlic, but believe it or not, I don't miss it in this. But every now and then, if I want some, I just do this. I sprinkle it over the top, and it's all I need. You can garnish it with oregano. You can garnish it with fresh basil. And in a few minutes, I'm gonna put it all together and I'll let you see what it looks like. Okay. Hey, my pasta's been sitting for a little while, not quite ready to eat yet. My husband will be home in just a little while, but it's all ready. Look at that, how it's thickened up. I'll give you a close-up in a minute, but I thought I'd make some fresh bread tonight. Remember that pizza dough that I showed you in how to make the perfect pizza? Well, I've got a little bit of leftover dough here, and I shaped it like a loaf, and I just cut some lines on it diagonally. I've got my oven preheated to 400, and I'm taking this handy dandy cooking spray again. This is olive oil cooking spray, and I'm just gonna spray the top of it. That looks great. I'm gonna clean up the sides because that'll burn. But you know, I'm gonna take this tin foil out from under this in about a minute. As soon as that bread pulls away from the tin foil, I'll take my tongs, just like I did with the perfect pizza, and just pull it out from underneath. You know, I love salt. Sometimes I'll take a little bit of kosher salt and I'll sprinkle it over the top. It makes it so delicious. But I'm not gonna do that tonight. But anyway, just saying, I've got my pizza stone in the oven. I'm gonna slip that right in there. And I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Hey there. Okay, this has been sitting for maybe about 3 minutes. And what I'm doing is I'm letting this sauce soak into my pasta. At this point, if everyone's not ready to eat, then it can sit on the stove for a little while, 30 minutes. And if you need to loosen it back up, if your pasta starts sticking, then right before you serve it, just put a little bit more whipping cream into the pot and it'll loosen right back up. All right, everything is finished and ready to go. I've got my chicken Alfredo and fresh bread that I made with the extra pizza dough that I had left over from the other night on how to make the perfect pizza. And I've used my leftover chicken. What a great way to refresh leftovers. I'll tell you a quick story. I have a great friend, and she's been a friend now for going on 40 years. And she's the one that led me to Jesus years and years and years and years ago. Changed my life forever. But I went and visited her a few years back, and we had a girls' weekend. And when I got there, she had a rotisserie chicken. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I said, "What you gonna do with that chicken?" And she said, "What you gonna do with that chicken?" Well, we did everything with that chicken. We picked it to the bone. We made chicken quesadillas. We made chicken salad, chicken sandwiches. And so tonight, Gwen, this one's for you. We've got chicken Alfredo. Oh, let me add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Ooh, this looks good. You can tell the difference between mine and my husband's. I added a little bit of leftover broccoli. Not to his, of course. But that's all there is to it. I hope you try it and let me know how it turns out. If you have any questions, let me know. Honey, you ready to eat?
On my way.
Have a great night.